I'm Joe Robinette. I coach wide receivers. I've been coaching at Maryville High School since 2000. It's 24 years. I have 4 kids. My sons are the oldest and the youngest. My daughter, Vivian Grace, she was a trainer with the program, so I got to spend 4 years with her on the practice field as well. I like to talk about JP's story because in my mind, he's the quintessential person who bought into the program for the value of the program and what it could teach him about being a man and being a teammate.
JP is a great example. It's been so much fun to watch Coach Robinette parent. You know, as JP came through the program and he used, I feel like, every little thing to invest in his own son. Stuff that happened at football, stuff that didn't happen at football, and just the amount of love and even prayer that he poured in to JP, and to see where JP is now.
Worked hard every day, loved the weight room, loved the team camaraderie, loved being a part of the program.
There's so much more to life than sports. You know, sports are a great teacher of life, and I think he is able to use what's happened on the field or in practice even, and teach those lessons to his children. And as a young coach, I'll never forget, it was my first or second year on staff. Coach Rob gave me a piece of paper and it had 7 ideas of what it is to be a man, and that he had created. And he shared that with me. And you know, at the time, that was not on my radar. I was like 21 years old, and you know, just eager as all get out to be a coach at Maryville and to try to be a part of this program, just like I had when I was a player. And so for him to put that in my mind and make me think about things that were way more mature than I was at the time was just super special for me, and put me on a path that I would have never gotten to myself.
I was struggling early on in my career with how to balance between being a daddy and being a coach. And then David Ellis and Tim Teague, some of my mentors, and my dad said, you know, you're in the perfect spot for your job as a teacher and as a coach to be your ministry. When I made that paradigm shift in my head, it became something that I could do. I could see sacrificing a little time away from my own 4 kids and my wife if it were a ministry, and have them invest in that as well. So
he's had on Wednesday nights a group of teenage boys over at his house, and you go to his backyard, you know, 8 o'clock on a Wednesday night, and make a bonfire, and you really just talk about principles of manhood and character, and you know what it looks like to be a man, and how that can look as a teenager in today's world, which is pretty tough.
One of our goals on this program is to use football as a tool to teach about life and to teach about being a good man. If you can learn somewhere in here that even in the midst of football practice and you not doing what the coach is asking you to do, or you being pulled off the field because your performance was not projecting the team forward, and we can speak to you and coach you in terms of how to get better, and we can still love you in the midst of that. Our football program is a tool to teach you about how to treat people well and how to treat yourself well in the midst of all that.
The fact that he's been willing to invest his time every week throughout a school year is just super impressive. And the number of lives he's impacted just by investing a little extra time outside of football goes beyond saying. One of the things that's been most impressive about Coach Robinette is the game has changed immensely over the last 24 years since he started coaching at Maryville. You know, offenses change, defenses change. You know, we huddle, we don't huddle. You know, schematically we look different a little bit every year. But his foundation for why he coaches has not changed. And at Maryville, it can be very easy to get caught up in doing whatever it takes to win. You know, the win at all cost mentality. And he's not fell for that. And that's impressive in today's society, that he can still put the kids first. While football's changed a lot, he's not changed at all. Our society's changed a lot, he's not changed at all. And I hope he never does, because he is a rock that our foundation at Maryville High School football is sitting on.